Ever heard of the baker who needed a break because he couldn't make enough dough? Well, he decided to go on a roll, and that, my friends, is how we got our beloved bread. B-roll. Footage of a baker kneading dough. Bread making, as mundane as it might seem today, boasts a history that stretches back over 30,000 years. That's right, our ancestors from the Stone Age were already on that dough grind. They mixed wild grains and water, then mashed it all together to form a sort of flatbread. No yeast, no rising, just a simple filling foodstuff that could be carried around and eaten at leisure. B-roll. Images of Stone Age tools and grains. B-roll. Footage of people eating flatbread. B-roll. Images of ancient flatbread recipes. The ancient Egyptians, always one to up the ante, revolutionized bread making around 3000 BC. They discovered the magic of fermentation and introduced the world to leavened bread. It's said that the dough was left out in the warm Egyptian sun, and wild yeast spores in the air fermented the dough, causing it to rise. The result, a fluffy, filling, and far more delicious variant of bread. Fast forward to the Middle Ages, and bread making became a serious business. In Europe, bread was a staple food, and bakers' guilds were formed. Bread even had a social hierarchy of its own. The wealthy dined on fine white wheat bread known as manchet, while the poor made do with a coarse, dark bread called maslin. In the late 1800s, things really started to heat up in the world of bread making. The invention of the mechanical dough mixer meant that bread could be mass-produced. This was a game changer, making bread more accessible and affordable to the masses. The 20th century saw even more advancements. Pre-sliced bread hit the shelves in the 1920s, and it was hailed as the best thing since, well, bread. Then, in the 1960s, bread-making machines brought the art of bread making into homes. So what have we learned today? Bread making, from its humble beginnings as a simple mix of grain and water, has evolved over thousands of years. The ancient Egyptians introduced us to leavened bread, and the Middle Ages saw bread become a staple food with its own social hierarchy. The Industrial Revolution mechanized bread production, making it accessible to all. And finally, the 20th century brought us pre-sliced bread and home bread making machines. From a simple sustenance of prehistoric times to the delicious, fluffy loaves we enjoy today, the journey of bread is a testament to human innovation. It's a story that continues to evolve just like the bread we eat. So the next time you bite into a sandwich or toast a slice of bread, remember the rich history kneaded into every crumb. We've come a long way since the Stone Age, and who knows what the future of bread making holds. But one thing is for sure, we'll always be on a roll.